Namaste, loves. I'm Brittany Shanae, and I'm bringing you Tarot Tuesday. It's a little bit late in the day, but happy new moon, happy total solar eclipse. Both of those are in, obviously, both of those are in Cancer right now. The moon, the sun, and the earth are all currently aligned. And we are experiencing a lot of energy from this alignment, which I think is pretty symbolic of everything that we can expect in the coming months. Things aligning up with whatever it is we put our energy towards. All right, but right now, with the Cancer energy, something is urging us, spirit is urging us, whatever you believe in, something inside of you is urging us to start kind of focusing in on what's most important to us, particularly when it comes to people and the things that are important. The matters of the home, the matters of finances, the matters of space, domestic situations, friendships, relationship with yourself, as your relationships with other people will reflect that. So if you're working on yourself, then you're likely working on the relationships around you as well. Okay, and the same thing goes for more material things. If you're working on the deep rooted issues within yourself, then you're also taking care of the blockages that may be keeping you from whatever it is that you want. And with the new moon, we want to usher in a new beginning. And with new beginnings, obviously, we have goals of things we either want to let go of or things we want to attain. But you can't accept things if you don't make room for them. All right. And so that actually kind of goes into the fact that we will be entering Mercury retrograde pretty soon towards the end of the week. I believe July 7th. We will be entering Mercury retrograde, and then July 8th, and I'm probably going to butcher this name, you guys, but the dwarf planet Chiron or Chiron, depending on how you pronounce it or what's the proper way, y'all, I don't know. But that planet is actually going to be in retrograde too, right after Mercury retrograde. So we got a few things that are urging us to kind of take a step back and rewind and sort of see the past from a whole new light, from a whole new perspective. And in order to do that, there will probably be some forgiveness involved. There will probably be some, I don't want to say re-traumatizing, but you'll have to revisit probably some painful old experiences that we may be still feeling the consequences of now. Maybe somebody hurt us. Maybe we made a really, really poor decision, and there's some forgiveness that needs to take place, whether it's with forgiving other people or forgiving ourselves. All right, so this is a good time. Y'all, excuse my dog. I got him a bone today, and he's very, very excited. And he always does this weird thing where he's just got to be dramatic about how he how he shows me how much he appreciates it. But anyway, so these retrogrades are encouraging us to take a step back and kind of take any opportunity we can to see old situations differently. Because everything happens for us, not just to us necessarily, although it may seem like that in the moment. But everyone who's ever been through some really, really tough things and was successful in overcoming all say that they, or a lot of them say anyway, that they would not be who they've become. They would not be as strong as they are if it weren't for the things that made their life challenging. Because adversity is what lets us know how strong we are. Just like when building a muscle, the weights are the struggle. It's a struggle to maybe do 5 curls, the first time you ever pick up a dumbbell or whatever it is you're using. But over time, next thing you know, you can do 10 comfortably, and then 15, and then 20 comfortably. And then you're looking back at, man, the pain that I experienced when I couldn't even lift it up at 5, and look at me now. I've grown so much. There's a breakdown process that happens when you're building muscles. Your muscles actually tear, those fibers rip, and then they rebuild themselves as something bigger. And that's exactly what happens to you when you go through very, very challenging circumstances. The idea is to use it like a weight so that you can rip up some of the old things, the weaknesses in yourself, the things or the mindsets that kept you blocked or kept you stuck or kept you self-victimizing. And great, it's okay. It's just the bone. Sorry, y'all. So, yeah, it's just important for us to allow ourselves to go through that healing process, give ourselves time. Also, retrogrades reminds us to go slow. Okay, we don't want to rush into anything when we're going through retrogrades because we tend to be a little bit more open as we're revisiting old things. So it's important to take things slow. So that includes giving yourself time, being patient with yourself. But also, we're in a time where we may be feeling a little bit of confidence because we just recently had Mars go into Leo. All right. So that's going to support us as we maybe face exes or think about our past traumas or start trying to heal family relationships and old things come drudging back up. That confidence is going to help power us through. All right. It's going to keep us moving forward and keep in front of us what it is we really want and who we are authentically, because that's really what's going to help you get to the next level of life or the next level of your growth, is to get more in touch with who you really, really, really are at the core level. That place where you don't have to pretend or really think twice about it. You just are and you just do. And you do it from a place of experience and a place of realness and a place of passion and a place of just inner knowing. And you may not even know how you know, but you just know. Okay, so that's what we're trying to get to, but you can't get to that if you stay stuck, which means you've got to unblock, which means you got to forgive. And that's what makes forgiving so challenging. Without further ado, though, I'm going to go ahead and get into this tarot reading. So I did a little shuffle and I just asked Spirit to reveal what are some things that we need to keep in mind in July, considering the retrograde, considering the total solar eclipse, considering the new moon, and the retrograde. So the first card that we have here is actually Three of Cups in reverse. All right. And so this is gluttony. So typically upright, Three of Cups would mean, quite obviously abundance here, but also it means community, it means friendship, it means a sense of celebration, it means the flowing of love, and unity in connection with other people and with your surroundings, having an influx of everything that you need and everything that you desire, right? But in reverse here, this suggests that there might be some gluttony, things to be careful of. So in July is that season, right? So right before summer is the time where everyone wants to get right. They want to get fit. You start working out. You start thinking, okay, summer's on its way. It's on its way. It's on its way. And then what happens in summer? We start we start running into all of these warm time festivities, which includes with food and includes indulging in the things that we really enjoy, whether it's entertainment, whether it's food, whether it's dessert, whether it's people. Summer is known for being go get 'em season. I don't know what y'all call it, but I've been taking for quite some time. But I know there's like a fling season and there's like a cuffing season. And right now we're in fling season, and so a lot of people would determine it's fling season before it gets cold all over again. You need somebody to warm that body, but when the world is warming you, then everyone feels the motivation to just go out there and share all of themselves and have meaningless relationships and encounters with people for the sake of fun, or possibly even numbing that pain that retrograde keeps bringing back around. Okay, so keep that in mind too. Cancer is going to slow that down though, because Cancer is about meaningful connections. It's about understanding who means most to us and why. We're going to start being honest with ourselves and going, you know what, I don't really want to mess with you right now because I really want to settle down, or I really just need this time for myself, and that's what's most important now. So that's what I'm going to invest in. All right. And so the number 3 is all about expansion. So this is still a time of expansion, but also we want to consider our limits. There's such a thing as too much. Just because we have it in the refrigerator doesn't mean we need to eat it all, right? That's why you proportion things out. You space things out. You're smart about how you fulfill yourself, smart about what you engage in, smart about who you surround yourself with, and, just also appreciative, because, the people who are gluttonous don't appreciate what it is. People who have too much tend to be wasteful. And that's something that we see all the time in our first world living. And we're good about wasting things when we have too much. But when you don't have enough, what's the first thing you do? You save every little inch and every little drop of it. Everything becomes so much more important when you're lacking. All right, so there's a healthy balance in between there. That's what we want to get to. All right, so we want to welcome in the expansion. We want to engage in things that are actually truly meaningful to us. And that means, food, not overindulging in food, not overindulging in people, not overindulging in playfulness. There's still work to be done, but also, it's all about balance. Okay. So moving on, the next card, let me move my little mojo bag here. So, yeah, the next card is the Devil. And this plays perfectly off of this. The Devil card is not necessarily about evil per se, but it is about inner desire, and it's about overindulgence. All right, so Capricorns are kind of known for having their head on straight. They're very down to earth, very organized. They're also very much like, I want things to be the way I want them to be them. But the problem with the Devil is that sometimes the things that we really enjoy, even if it's a true enjoyment, but a lot of times it's surface, but even if it's for real, again, there's such thing as overindulging. There's such things as just doing too much and not being grateful and not thinking about the future. Yeah, it's all about the present, but we also want to be smart about how we move forward. And if there's something that's got us tethered down, so if you're someone who is dealing with putting the things they want over the things that they need, then this is probably speaking to you. This suggests also being mindful of money and being mindful of desires. And that kind of goes back to that Mars Leo energy. And that's not a bad thing. Enjoy what you want. It's perfectly okay to indulge. But when it becomes an addiction, or when it becomes something that distracts us from our goal, then that could be a problem. So, these things aren't necessarily vices per se. They can be things that seem pretty reasonable. Like, for instance, if you're someone who's been like really, really focused on money, and really, really focused on career, and really, really focused on working out in the gym to get that perfect body, that summer body, just in time for Pride. Happy Pride, by the way. Then maybe this is a time to get a little bit less superficial, to start looking at, what really matters to me. Is it working out in the gym, or is it maybe enjoying a scoop of ice cream with my best friend, or is it, working 9 to 5 or trying to build up my own business because I want to be an entrepreneur, or is it about spending a little bit more time with your family and maybe integrating them into what you do, sharing that with the world. Or whatever the case may be. Maybe you're concerned about the money, saving up money for the sake of money, but maybe your real goal is to, I really want to go on a vacation with my spouse because we really need that, and I might need to spend some money, but I also don't need to hoard this money, because what good does money do sitting away somewhere if you don't ever use it, right? So I think that's what desire means here, and I think that's what the Devil is trying to help us see is that there's such a thing as just going too far. Okay, so what we want to do is kind of scale things back, learn from our past mistakes, and usher some good intentions into this new moon season, in this new eclipse season that will last up until December, and just kind of really grow from what it is that we've already been through. That way we can heal old wounds, get those old scabs out of the way, get that healing accomplished, so that we can have room for new skin, for a new way of life, for a new lifestyle, for a new mindset, for new blessings, material or otherwise. Okay, but that requires us to do a whole lot of inward cleansing, a whole lot of house cleaning. So let's just say that July is all about house cleaning, whether that's actually making your home, your sacred space, clean and beautiful, whether that is, making sure that the way you interact with people maybe is a bit more genuine. Maybe whatever goals you set for yourself won't be so superficial, or they will have beauty and enjoyment and entertainment in them, but they'll be more so centered around community with other people versus your own selfish reasons only. Again, there's a healthy balance there, so we want to make sure we keep that in mind going forward with this Cancer season, this new moon season, in this solar, you guys, I cannot talk tonight, this total solar eclipse. Jesus, try saying that 5 times fast. Total solar eclipse. Anyway, that concludes my tarot reading for this week. I do hope that it was very, very helpful. I hope you all stay safe out there. And, make sure you're patient with yourself. This is a very intense time right now astrologically, which means that everyone's going to be experiencing this a different way. And not everyone understands exactly what's going on here. Everyone's not into astrology. Everyone's not even if you are kind of into spirituality, you still may not know what's going on. And it's not always easy to catch yourself when you're in the heat of anger or the heat of passion or whatever the case may be. But just try to be a little bit more mindful of how you can go forward. Do leave some comments in the comment section. I love to hear you all's progress, and if these videos help you at all, or if you have any questions, all is welcome. And also, if you like this video, and you like my other videos, I ask that you subscribe to my channel. I try to post as weekly as I can, but no matter what, I make sure I get around to you at least a few videos every month. Okay. Again. You're welcome to visit my blog, and you can reach my blog at www.brittanyshanae.com. You can also follow me on Instagram at brittanyshanae. Okay. So I love you guys. Again, I hope this was helpful, and I do hope you all have a blessed week. Until next time.